guys, it's Kid Imagineer here. Today, we'll be going over a location that has some very interesting history and has some very unique traits. That location is Burnaby, British Columbia. From being a unique two-story store, to its ultimate demise, to its fascinating future, here is the history of the Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza Time Theater and Jolly Genie's Pizza and Play Park in Burnaby, British Columbia. Burnaby would open up on December 8, 1983 as the Pizza Time Theater. They would open up with the 1981 remodel and would get a balcony stage, which we actually have some photos of. The location was actually very unique as it had 2 floors. We also have a very helpful newspaper article telling us about the location and the grand opening. The location was originally 17,000 square feet on the first floor, which was very large for a Pizza Time Theater, and it opened up with the Beach Bowsers and the King. The lounge that housed the King sat 84 people, and the lounge that housed the Beach Bowsers sat 68 people. The location also costed more than $2 million to build and had the Tinker Towers and the Play and Place, and also had around 15 kiddie rides, including helicopters, spaceships, motorcycles, and the classic Chuck E. Cheese Ferris wheel. As for Burnaby's balcony seating, it sat up to 260 people and would have Helen Henny as the guest star for the balcony stage. Apparently, upstairs was the Fantasy Forest, which was about 3,000 square feet, filled with games like Centipede, Pac-Man, Turbo, and Dragon's Lair. By the first day, Burnaby had also booked over 200 parties already, which is quite an achievement. Something that's very interesting from this article is that Burnaby actually had a quiet room for the parents when they didn't want much noise from the arcade. Apparently, on the weekdays, moms could watch soap operas and dads could watch football on the weekends, so maybe it was like the Showbiz Pizza sports room. The location was also franchised, being owned by the one and only Nintendo. This location would also get a giant Chuck E. Cheese statue, though we barely have any information on that. Fortunately, Burnaby would survive the 1984 bankruptcy. We also have some photos of Burnaby, so we're going to show you some of them. In 1990, Burnaby would receive the 1986 remodel, which included painting the walls white, adding checkers to the walls, blue and white awnings, and having the exterior look something like this. They would also replace their balcony stage with a C stage, and would most likely remove their Tinker Towers. However, Burnaby was no stranger to keeping old signs, like this one, which they kept in their 1986 remodel. We have a photo showing off the newly renovated Burnaby location. And apparently, it costed $400,000 to renovate. We have footage of Burnaby from 1990 that shows off a lot of things, like their C stage, the games, and the King Lounge area. Right off the bat, you can see that this is a really interesting store, thanks to its decor and 2 stories, making it look like a pretty unique Chuck E. Cheese. It even has the cheese curl next to the C stage, which is what not a lot of Chuck E. Cheese locations did. What's interesting is that Vancouver actually had 2 Warblettes. Unfortunately though, all good things must come to an end, as Burnaby would suddenly close in 1995 at an unknown date. A possible reason why Burnaby closed was possibly due to the lease expiring. Fortunately, there's more to the story. Jolly Genie's Pizza and Play Park would open up in 1995. There's only one photo ever of Jolly Genie's, which is right here. According to this news article, the location had kiddie rides, more than 60 electronic video games, pinball machines, a ball pit, and birthday party packages with interactive games. The newspaper claims that the location is also very loud. The location would also have an animatronic show, which we have barely any information on. So apparently there actually is a photo of a Jolly Genie animatronic, which is right here, which looks to be some sort of sultan. The manager of Jolly Genie's name was Mandy Campbell. Unfortunately, after 5 years of business, the location would close in November of 2000 and would have an auction on December 6th. Apparently, there is more information on this page as it shows off that the location actually had mini golf. It also told us about the games that the location had, which you can take a pause to look at. After the auction, the building would be destroyed that formerly housed the Chuck E. Cheese's and Jolly Genies. As of today, the site is an empty plot of land. But the city of Burnaby actually plans on building a bunch of buildings where the location used to be. Overall, Burnaby had a very interesting history and was a very unique store, considering the fact that this location had a statue, a unique history, and the fact that it was franchised by Nintendo. So overall, Burnaby was a very cool location to talk about. Now before I go, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when a new Kid Imagineer video comes out. We also have an account on Instagram, so if you want to check that out, you can too. And with that out of the way, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye!